Yes, welcome to the next video lecture of my EMTL series of lecture videos. So in this lecture video, I am going to start the concepts of vector calculus. So this is the very important topic if the people are starting for electromagnetics. Okay, so vector calculus is somewhat typical and also somewhat complex. Okay, so let us make it easy by understanding the small concepts. Okay, so I am going to first start with the differential length, area and volume. Okay, so what are this differential length? So we need to understand the small basics, and next we have to apply this to the complex one. Okay, so differential length, area and volume. So a differential length, area and volume are useful in vector calculus. A differential length, area and volume are useful in vector calculus. So in vector calculus, these are the very important parameters. What is the differential length, what is the differential area and what is the differential volume. So if you are understanding these in correct manner, we can apply this to the next complex one. Okay, so we can define this length, area and volume in three coordinate systems. Okay, we define these in rectangular coordinate systems, rectangular coordinates, next cylindrical coordinates and spherical coordinate systems. Okay, so this is the difficult part. It is the difficult part in order to make the coordinate systems and the vector algebra and combined with this one. So it is somewhat difficult job. So we need to take step by, if you take certain if you are going to understand this step by step, then we can make it easy to understand these concepts. Okay, now let us start by Cartesian coordinate systems. Okay, first we will take Cartesian coordinate systems, that is rectangular also we can say. Cartesian coordinate systems. So this is also known as XYZ coordinate systems also, that is XYZ are the coordinates here. So from the I will draw the diagram here. From the figure we note, so here let me draw the diagram in order to understand these Cartesian coordinate systems, that is differential length and differential area and differential volume here. This is x axis, y axis and this is a z axis. Now let me draw the rectangular box here, cube like structure. So this is the cube here we are having. Let me take here as A, B and C, D and P, Q, R, S here. So now I want to have the displacement vector calculated from this point to this point, from this point to this point. I will draw a vector line here. Okay, so this is the differential length here, di. So we need to calculate this distance here, and the points we know here is the S point is here, that is x, y and z, and the displaced point here is dx comma dy comma dz. Okay, why? Because this displacement will be given by dy and this displacement is given by dz, and we are having x, y, and this one is given by dx. So here I am going to have the displacement of the cube in 3 directions, that is x direction, y direction and z direction. So we are having unit vectors along x direction, y direction and z direction. So the unit vector will be this is ay and this is the ax and this is the unit vector along z direction, that is az. So from the figure we are going to have the points like this. From figure we notice that the displacement, so I will write here, from the figure we notice that the displacement vector. So now here we are calling this di as the displacement vector. So notice that displacement vector di, displacement vector di, so we are calling this as di. So is the vector from d s to d, is s to d point. Okay, so the point s is here. So let me write the point here. S is the point s is x comma y comma z and the point d is x plus dx. So why? Because it is changing from this point to this point, that is previous point plus changed point, y plus dy comma z plus dz. Now we have to calculate the distance vector from this point to this point. This is the d point. So we will get the displacement vector di. So in order to calculate the differential displacement between the point s and d, just we need to take the displacement vector, means the difference between this point, that is final point minus initial point, will get the distance vector. Now let us do that one. So di is given by that is d point minus, that is d point minus d minus s. Okay, that is x plus dx minus x into ax plus y plus dy minus y into ay plus z plus dz minus z into az. Okay, so now I get here x dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. Okay, this is the displacement vector what I have got as. So it is very simple in Cartesian coordinate systems, that is di is the displacement vector given by dx ax, dy ay and dz az. Okay, now we will take about this is the differential length. Okay, so now we have calculated the differential length here, differential length in the Cartesian coordinates. Similarly we need to calculate the differential surface area or differential normal surface. This is the second one, this is the first one and this is the second one, that is surface area or differential surface area we can say. In order to do that one, again we need to take the diagram here. Let me draw the diagram so that it will be easy for us to understand what are the areas we have. So this is the x axis, y axis and z axis here, and now for this we are having, you can see we are having 3 planes, this one, that is this wall and the ground plane. Okay, so we have to take individually in order to calculate the differential surface areas. I will take the first one, that is ABCD plane. So I will get here like this. So for this, so we are having dz and we are having dz, this is dy and this is dz. Similarly I get like this along this x direction and z direction. Okay, that is this is the x direction dx and this is dz. Okay, and the unit normal vector for this one will be ax. Okay, and the unit normal vector for this one is ay, and another one we are having this bottom, that is this one, BES SBCR will be like this. So for this one will be, we are having dx and dy, and the unit normal vector will be upward, that is az. Okay, so we are having all the three elemental areas, that is along this plane, along bottom plane, along this side. Okay, we are having three sides. So now we can form ds as the surface area for this one, like this. I will write here, that is differential surface area is given by ds is equal to, first I will write for this one, dy dz along the vector, and unit normal vector for this plane is ax, and another one for this one ay, that is dx dz into ay. Similarly I get dx into dy, and the unit normal vector is dz. So this is also one of the vector differential surface area. Now we can write this in the form like this. Okay, ds is equal to the that is the magnitude of this one into the an, unit normal vector. So the differential surface area is given like this. Okay, now unit ax, ay, az are the unit normal vector to this plane ds. Okay, or area. Now we'll take this differential volume. Similarly we have to take the differential volume here. I will write the differential volume here. Third one, differential volume. The differential volume. So you know that volume will be always a scalar quantity. So we have to just take the product of the x direction, y direction, z direction coordinate, that's all. Okay, we are having the x direction is dx, for y direction displacement is dy, and the z direction displacement is dz. So we have to multiply all these displacement in order to get the differential volume. So I can simply write this formula here is like this, dv differential volume is given by the product of displacement along dx direction, dy direction and dz direction. So it is always a scalar. We have to remember this point. Okay, it is always a scalar. Scalar means we didn't got any unit vector ax, ay, az. So that's why we are treating this differential volume as a scalar quantity. Okay, now let us move to the cylindrical coordinate systems. Okay, it is very important. Okay, next, differential area and volume we'll see in the we'll talk about in the cylindrical coordinate systems. So this is about the Cartesian coordinates. Now we'll discuss cylindrical coordinates. Next is cylindrical coordinates. Cylindrical coordinates. So we have to talk about the cylindrical coordinates here. So for this we have to consider the diagram itself. So first we have to consider the diagrammatic part, and from the diagrammatic part we are going to calculate the differential length or differential displacement, differential surface and the differential volume here. Okay, so let me draw the diagram first here so that it will be clear for us. X axis, this is y axis, and this is the z axis here. Now I will take the color, different color here. This is somewhat diagram is, if it is somewhat changed, you please excuse me. So the diagram is very simple. You have to take some precautions while drawing this one. So you have to draw the parallel one here. So this one. So whatever you are drawing here, you have to take that it should be a parallel line from the above and below. Okay. So it should be a straight line. Hope it is a straight line here. Okay. Right. Now I will draw this with other color here, so that it will be looking somewhat good here. We have to draw this with the dotted line here, dotted line diagram here. This is the diagram which we have to take here. Right. So now I will write the axis here. X-axis, y-axis is over, and this is the rho radial direction, and this is the phi, and this is the differential displacement d phi, and similarly here also we are having d phi here, and along this direction we are having d rho. This is the d rho direction, this is the rho, and this is the differential displacement from here to here, and from here to here it is the dz here, dz here. Next, what are the things missing here? D rho, d phi, dz, and this is along the dz. Okay, now from this diagram you can see here we are having from the cylindrical coordinate system, we know that phi is the azimuthal angle, rho is the radius, and we are having along this direction we are having d phi change, that is change in the angle, and in this direction we are having change in the rho axis, that is d rho, and we are having the same dz. From here to here we are having a differential displacement dz. Now we have to write the differential that is vector, displacement vector here. So what is the di we have to write? So that is di, the differential displacement vector, that is di we have to write. So the di will be our differential length, we can say, that is di will be d rho a rho plus rho d phi a phi plus dz az. Now we know that we are having three axes here, that is along this direction we are having a phi, along this direction we are having a rho, and along this direction we are having az. So these are the unit vectors a rho, a phi and az. So now we have along this we are having the differential displacement, that is along this one we are having the differential displacement d rho into a rho, along this one we are having rho d phi. So how we got this rho d phi is the very important parameter here. So that is, we know that for suppose if you are having a circle like this, so if you are having theta here into r, so the length of the arc will be s is equal to r into theta. So similarly we are having this axis here, that is like this, we are having length of the arc, this is the differential displacement d phi, that is d phi, and this is the rho here, rho axis, this is rho, that is rho. So this one will become rho d phi. So rho d phi along this direction we will be having rho into d phi. So the length of the sector will become rho d phi into a phi, and the z axis is same. Okay, we don't have any change in that one. So d rho a rho d phi into a phi and dz into az. So we are having the unit vector along this direction will be az. Okay. So similarly we have to see the differential surface area. Differential surface area. Differential surface area will become like this. Okay, we have to draw again the diagrams here from the figure. Let me draw the diagram here. The diagrams are, so we should be very careful in drawing this one. Lot of care should be taken. X axis, this is a y axis, and this is a z axis. Now let me draw with the other color here. So along this one we will be having this is rho d phi, so this will be rho d phi. So this one, okay, this is the rho d phi, this one, and this one I am drawing. Okay, so dz, and the unit normal vector will be a rho for this one. Okay, for this differential normal surface, differential elemental surface we can say. So this is the elemental surface. So we are having a rho. Similarly we are having the az and this dz, and this is rho d rho. So this is the d rho and this is the dz, and the unit normal vector for this one will be a phi. Okay, so that is like this, we are having a phi. Okay, so this is the dz and this is the radial. So you can see from here. Okay, so this is the dz and this is the rho. So if you take this elemental area, surface area, we will get this elemental surface area, and finally we are having this one. So this is the d rho and rho d phi. So this is rho d phi, this is rho d phi, already we know rho d phi, and the unit normal vector will be a rho a phi, and this is az. Okay, so we are having, so we have to just take the product in order to calculate the normal surface, I mean elemental surface area. We have to take the products here, that's all. That is products of the other coordinates. Suppose if you are writing along a rho, we have to take the products of these d rho d phi into dz. Suppose if you are writing along a phi, we have to take the product of d rho into dz. If you are taking along the az direction, so we have to take the product of d rho d rho d phi, that's all. So I will write here. So how we have to write? That is differential surface, we are going to write like this: rho d phi dz along a rho direction. Next differential surface elemental surface area along az will be d rho dz into multiplied with a phi. Similarly along az direction will be given by rho d phi into az. So these are the elemental surface area along the rho direction, phi direction, and z direction, rho phi z direction. Similarly the final one, that is differential volume. So differential volume, as we have taken in the Cartesian coordinates, just we have to take the product of all the three multiplication of all the three displacement products here, that is d rho d phi dz. We have to multiply all these. Okay, so in order to get the differential volume, dv is equal to, we have to take rho d rho d phi dz. So it is a scalar quantity. We don't have any unit vector. So we are going to get a scalar quantity here. So next we will talk about the spherical coordinate system. This is about the cylindrical coordinate systems. Hope it is clear to you. So just we have to remember one point here, that S that is, we have to take the length of the arc as S is equal to r theta. We have to apply this concept here for this one. Okay. Now let us move further for the spherical coordinates. Spherical coordinate systems. Spherical coordinate systems. Spherical coordinates. Spherical coordinates systems. So we also know that this spherical coordinate system is known as r theta phi. That is, we are having radial distance r, theta elemental angle, elevation angle, and d phi azimuthal angle. So already we know this one. Just we have to take the diagram first here. So we need to draw the diagram. Let us draw the diagram part, the diagrammatic part. After that we will take the elemental differential length. Okay, that is displacement vector. First we need to draw the diagram here. X axis, this is the y axis, and this is the z axis, right? Right. I will write with this another color here, so that it will be easy for us to identify. So we are having the shape here. Now I will write the coordinates here, that is r d theta phi. Okay, so this is the phi direction, this is d phi, write with another color here, d phi, and this is the r1, and this is dr, and similarly this is the theta, and this is the change in the d theta. Now, so we are having three types, directions here, that is along this one, r means like this, we are having r, ar, a theta, a phi, and a theta. So we are having three unit vectors, a rho, ar, a theta, and a phi mutually perpendicular to each other. So now here we are having r, this is the displacement, from here the displacement vector will be dr, and next d theta is this one, and d phi is this one, you know. Okay, now we have to write the displacement vector here, di will become like this, di will be dr AR, next R d theta A theta plus R sin theta T phi A phi. So now by using that same we are going to apply the same rule here, that is cube, that is this one sector of, so we are having theta here, that is d theta and R here, this will become R d theta, and similarly for this one d phi we are having, I will write here, I will draw here the diagram, that is rho and d phi, that is rho d phi. So this distance will become me here, this one will become rho d phi. So where rho is R sin theta, rho is equal to R sin theta from the conversions. Already we have seen in the conversion between the cylindrical and the Cartesian coordinate system and spherical coordinate systems. Rho is equal to R sin theta. I can write here as R sin theta d phi, and similarly we are having R d theta. R d theta will be here, it will be here, okay. So here we are having two cones here. So one cone is for the d theta, I mean for the angle, and another cone is along the phi direction, that is we are going to multiply this rho with d phi, and here for this one we are going to multiply with R, this direction R with d theta. So we are going to get length of the arc as R d theta, and for this one as rho d phi. So we are going to just convert, we are going to write just in place of rho with R sin theta. Now so let us write here the displacement vector will become like this. In the direction dr we are having AR, and in the direction A theta means along this direction R into, that is this one, R into d theta, that is A theta, and next along the phi direction this one R sin theta d theta into A phi. The unit vector along this one will be like this, okay. So now we have to draw the that is elemental surface area here. This is the elemental differential length here, this is the differential length. So we can say differential length, next differential surface area, differential surface or elemental surface area we can say. So in order to see that one we have to draw the diagrams here, that is three diagrams as we have drawn in for the Cartesian as well as for cylindrical. This is x axis and this is y axis and this is the z axis. Now along this one, this one will be, so along this direction, so this is along this direction and this one, so this direction will be giving me dr, displacement vector as the R d sin theta, okay, this one okay, R sin theta d phi, and this one will be R dr, so this one will be R into dr, okay. Next it is along the AR direction, so this is along AR direction. Similarly we are having along the this direction, that is A theta, this is A theta, so this is dr and this is R sin theta d phi, R sin theta d phi, and finally we are having this one, these curves. So elemental curve, this one will be giving me A phi direction, this unit vector will be A phi, and we are having dr and R d theta, okay, R d theta. So now you can observe here we are having along AR, along A theta, along A phi. So here we are having three unit vectors and 3 elemental surface areas. Now in order to write the ds here, differential elemental surface areas, just we have to take the products. Okay, so if I am writing along AR, I have to write r d theta, r square sin theta d theta d phi. Okay, that is r square sin theta d theta and d phi into AR, and along a theta direction if I want to write, so just I have to take the product of this one and this one, that is AR and d phi direction, that is I get here r dr sin theta r dr d phi r dr sin theta d phi sin theta into a theta. Okay, next finally if I want to write along the phi direction means this direction, I have to multiply these two, that is r dr d theta. Okay, that is r dr d theta into a phi. So these are the elemental surface area along the r direction, theta direction and phi direction. So if I want to calculate the differential volume, just we need to take the product of all these one, differential volume. So just what we have to take, we have to remove the unit vectors and take the products. So you take this as, you take this multiplication as product and you remove the unit vectors, that's all, we will get the differential volume. So what I get here, r square, r into r square, dr d theta sin theta d phi. Okay, so I get here as dv is equal to r square dr d theta d phi, r square, I will write sin theta first, r square sin theta dr d theta and d phi. So hope you understand. So this is a very simple concept of differential length, differential area and differential volume in 3 coordinate systems, that is Cartesian, cylindrical coordinates and spherical coordinates. So just we have to take simple precautions while calculating this differential displacement. So if you are able to calculate this differential length, then rest of this differential surface area and volume will be easy. Why? Because if you calculate this one, the blind calculation we can do here, that is just by taking the product of other two and writing the unit vector, and just taking the product of two and writing the unit vector and so on. And finally in order to calculate the differential volume, we have to take the product of all the displacement along r direction, theta direction and phi direction. Okay, so we will stop here and we will try to continue the rest of the topics, that is line integral, surface integral and so on in the next video lecture. So till then, take care, bye.